process of starting to fill all the chemo care bags that we were able to sponsor. And we were able to sponsor 63 bags. I am so excited. So we're going to fill them all today and hopefully deliver them in the next couple days. And I think this is going to be wonderful for the patients in the summertime. And I have little kids are helping. The day that we are delivering the chemo care bags to New York Oncology and Hematology, and we're just arriving, and we're going to take these in and deliver them to the main staff here.
We have stuff all in the van. Those are not diapers, those are chemo care bags there. And the trunk is full also. And no, this is not a chemo care bag, those are our bags. But they're all in here. So that's where we're going. And we're going to take in a few of them right now, and then we'll have to come out and get the rest. So we're not sure exactly where we're going and what we're doing.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We can see what it is.
Through 31, and these are 31 bags, I've been able to not only raise the money, but also donate my entire commission to filling these bags. So this is just something I'm very passionate about, and I'm so glad to be able to do it for all of you guys and the patients.
And we will then send these to our, we've got a variety of sites. We will send a variety of them to each one of our sites.
That's wonderful.
So they can go out to everybody. These are great.
Wonderful. Here's some of the bags. She's going to pack these up, and they're going to go to different facilities throughout the local area. Some of these will stay here, and this is just so exciting. You know, 63 bags was such a huge deal, and thanks to you guys. You guys have helped make this all possible, and the patients are going to be blessed by this. So thank you so much. If you'd like to be on my list for next year, because I do this every year, just either message me on my Facebook page, Instagram, or send me an email. All that information's in the description below. Send me an email. I'll add you to my mailing list so you can go ahead and donate next year and be part of this amazing opportunity to do this for patients who are really, they're in a rough time of their life. So this is exciting. They said today that it's not so much what's in each bag, it's just the fact that somebody is thinking about them during this difficult time. And so, you know, we were talking about the items in the bags and things like that, and she goes, you know, it's just, it really is, they've gotten this diagnosis, and getting something to be like, you're not alone through this process. And so she was thrilled to be able to hand these out to the patients. I'm thrilled that we were able to deliver these, and I'm just so thankful for all of you who have participated in this and allowing me to be able to do this, and also for 31 allowing, you know, enabling me to be able to put together these bags, very nice bags, and then to be able to donate my entire commission to filling these. It's just thrilling, and this is definitely one of the highs of my year. They also had Art and me go into the board room where we were supposed to meet the board, and there's about 25 people in there, and I was so nervous because I don't know what I'm supposed to say, and she's like, oh, just tell them why you do this. So it worked out. I definitely was not my normal chatty self. I just tried to make it short and sweet, and I think Did I do okay, Art?
Yes, you did.
It's a little nerve-wracking. You know, I can talk to you guys all day long, but when you have to put me in front of face-to-face people,
I thought there were going to be
Very
about 5 or 6 people, and then this huge, massive table that dwarfs our table.
yeah.
And
There's all these people, and there's the head lady, and they all have their computers, and we walk in, and they start clapping for us, and I'm like, this is a little weird. John ran. John helped carry in the boxes. John ran away, so he didn't have to go in.
I kind of figured something like that would happen.
It all worked out, and I'm so glad we were able to do it. Just put me a little bit out of my comfort zone, because that's not
okay.
normal. That's okay. That's how growth happens.
now we're at Boscov's. It was on the way home, and they have some really good deals on some clothing that we need. And I know you're wondering why we need clothing when we get clothing all the time. It's because the older people a lot of times wear their clothing out instead of grow them out.
So Art needs shorts, and we actually, when we were going to go to the Bahamas last year, I went shopping for shorts, but because it was at the end of the season, they didn't have any. So we said, well, we'll have to remember to get some this year. And then I just happened to open up the flyer, and they were on sale. So
Yes, as you can see right there, $8.99. That was easy and painless. I got my 2 just like that. Now we have to get some clothing for a few other people, a few other big people. Janelle and Charity are going to look for a few things, and the kids love Boscov's. Tell them why you love Boscov so much.
There's elevators. Escalator. Yeah, escalator.
Okay, let's go on the escalator.
with Daniel, and Art had the other kids, and they were taking the, what does Lily call it? The alligator?
Yeah, the alligator.
The alligator. It's the escalator, but she says alligator. So they were riding the alligator, and I had Daniel, and Daniel was none too happy about shopping. And so, you know, today is Wednesday, which is Senior Citizen Day. So all of these older ladies are out shopping, and they're all like, oh, he's so cute. And I said, he's a guy. He doesn't like to shop. And this one lady says, but Grandma likes to shop. That's the first time I have ever been called a grandma.
I've never been called Grandpa yet.
Oh, I can't believe I got the high honors. At a whopping age of 36, I've been called grandma. Boy, I must be showing
you grandma.
One of the ladies, one of the customers called me grandma. Because I think they thought Daniel was
My kid.
Charity's kid. Oh, if they only knew. all in the day of a life, right, Art?
Right.
Grandma.
Youngest grandma ever.
If you remember our freezer meal video, you know that I had planned to make several trays of lasagna for the freezer, but I actually ran out of freezer space. So I decided, since I already have everything purchased for lasagna, I'm going to make lasagna for our dinner tonight. This is going to be the no-cook noodle ones, just because I don't want to make any more mess. It's a very hot day today. So lasagna it is. I'm going to assemble that now. It's almost 4 o'clock. Figure out I'll assemble it, throw it right in the oven, and let it bake for the next hour, and then we're going to have lasagna and salad for dinner tonight. you who have never made lasagna before, it's not hard at all. It might be a little bit of time consuming. Since I had already prepped this ahead of time, this isn't going to take me all that long. You always start with some sauce on the bottom. Grease your pan first, and then put some sauce on the bottom of your lasagna pan there. And then take your lasagna noodles and just start layering them. This is not a perfect science. You're just going to go ahead and lay these down. These are going to expand actually quite a bit when they bake. And if you put them too tight, they're going to curl up on the edges and overflow. So I'm going to leave a little bit of space here. Actually, I'm going to go down a little bit, and then I'm going to take this partial piece and stick that right there. And now we're going to just start layering our cheeses. I've got my ricotta cheese mixture here. We'll just put that right on the top. About a third of it. But you know, I have to say I don't really measure. I just sort of plop it on all, make sure it's covered, and spread it around like this. So if any of you guys don't cook, I know many of you on here cook, you guys already know this. But I know there's some of you that are maybe a little bit intimidated, thinking a lasagna takes either a long time to make or it's really hard. It's not hard. Not hard at all. And if you haven't tried it, give it a try, because it's actually really tasty and it's fun to make. All right, so there's that. And then let's see, what do I want to put next? I think I'm going to put 3 more noodles. Like I said, there's no really right or wrong way in assembling your lasagna. You can do it however you'd like. So I'm going to put more of these guys on here. Oh, I got some broken ones here. And then, let's see if I've got another broken one. Okay, put this guy right here. Like I said, don't worry about the broken noodles. Noodles are noodles. They're all going to still taste good at the end. And we're going to put a little bit more cheese on this layer. Spread it around. If you like meat, you can do a layer of meat in here. I have meat in the sauce that I'm using. This one here is all of my meat sauce, so I'm going to actually layer that on next. This layer, I'm just going to put a little bit of Parmesan cheese, just for some extra flavor. You can use the stuff in the green can. I got this from Walmart. I like the flavor of it. It just has a little bit more Parmesan flavor, but if you have the stuff in the can, go ahead and use that. That's just as good too. And cover this with foil, and I'm putting it in a 350-degree oven. I'll take the foil off maybe the last 15 minutes after it's nice and bubbly. I'm gonna come out here and pick some kale. The lettuce isn't totally ready yet. You can see it here. In fact, I didn't even film this, but I'm starting to thin the lettuce out. You can see that I took some of it out there and then I moved it into here. So I planted all the little babies over there, hoping that that will slow them down. Hey Pete, I'm going to pick some kale and some lettuce. I'll be right back. Thank you, Peter. And hopefully that will slow it down and make it grow into bigger heads. I did this before, worked really well. But the one thing that is growing quite dramatically, something in the garden here, is a squirrel and a chipmunk is what's in the garden, is the kale. So I'm gonna cut some of the kale for our supper. I'm gonna throw that in with some of the romaine that I bought, and we're gonna have some garden fresh kale. a nice pile of kale here. Go pick the spinach next. So I haven't shared a whole lot about my garden just because it has been such a source of frustration for me, particularly since we had the critter coming in constantly eating it, which led to we actually had a ton of weeds come in. So I haven't been able to keep up with it. And then we've had so much rain. Again, not complaining. This is just the facts of what a year can look like sometimes when you're gardening. The rain has created so many mosquitoes that it's like mosquito land out here. And it's just a blood fest when you come out to work. So there's not a whole lot of success in the garden this year, but there are some things I'll show you. I've been trying to do a little bit, and finally the lettuce is starting to take off. We've got the broccoli in the middle, but you can see there's just weeds everywhere. Very depressing to me. I'm going to harvest. This is starting to bolt, so we're going to go ahead and harvest all the spinach amongst the weeds and let this is cauliflower here. We'll let that take over. I do have a lot of beet greens. Probably going to pick some of that as well, but you can just see there's this, guys, if you've been to my other watch my other garden vlogs, you know this is not how my garden usually looks. It's a very sad looking garden. These are my green beans. We had such an awful time with the animal coming in and eating them, and they need to be weeded. We've got multiple stages of beans because he nipped down so many, and I had to replant 2 different times. And then over here we should have oodles and oodles of squash now, and this is literally all I have for squash plants. 2 little squash plants. I replanted them last night. It just hasn't been the best year. I guess that happens, but I'm not worrying about it until we get back from vacation. We leave in a couple days, and we are going on our annual camping trip, which we have done for years and years and years, and I'm looking forward to it, just getting away. We've had a lot of craziness this spring with baby Daniel, and then redoing art shop, that just getting away from all of it, being able to reset and relax is going to be a wonderful time. And I'm hoping when I come back I can go ahead and really start focusing on the garden and things like that, figuring out the kids' school and everything else for homeschooling. All of those things really take a lot of time, and those are necessities that needed to be done. So we're looking forward to going away, and when I come back, then I'll take care of the garden. There it is, a big giant bowl of greens, kale, spinach, and some beet green. And we are going to be tracking how much we're using out of the garden. So definitely mosquitoes are awful. We'll have that at the end of the year. How much weight we pulled out of the garden this year, I don't think it's gonna be that great, but who knows, we could turn things around. All right, I gotta go make this salad and take care of Daniel.